I'm Erin Bassett with Imaginisce. Today I'm going to show you how to make these gorgeous flowers using your Imaginisce petal roller. These are some of the new flowers that Imaginisce came out with. These smaller ones are Roly Rosies and these larger ones are pop-up Posies. Okay, let's make a Roly Rosie. They come in a lot of different styles and colors. And I just went ahead and punched one out. It's double-sided, so you just need to make sure that when you're rolling it, that the side that you want to show rolls inward. Okay, so you'll have the pretty side in is the way that I remember it. And you'll go ahead and take your tool, and you want to use the side that has a little slot in the little metal tip right there. And you're going to begin by putting your paper just in that little slot. And then go ahead and move it down so that your paper is, pretty much at the tip. Okay, and then you'll just go ahead and begin to roll it. And when I do it so that it's pretty tight. If you want a really tight flower, you can do it tight. If you want it looser, you can do it loose. But I do it pretty tight so that I can shake it out after I get done rolling it. So I just roll it all the way to, I call this the landing pad. Basically that's going to glue down on the bottom of your flower and keep it all together. So I just roll it all the way to there. And then once I have it, I just pull out my tool. Okay, and I just go ahead and shake it out, get it loosened up. And you can see it's really cute. If I like my centers rolled up pretty tight like that, so I just pretty much leave it. And then I can go ahead and put some glue on the back of this landing pad. Okay, on this other flower I made, let me show you how I like to use the petal roller to roll the tips of my flower petals. I like to just use it right against my thumb like that, and it just kind of smooths them back. You could also try to flip it over and use it on like a mouse pad like that and try to smooth them out as well. So I'll just go ahead and keep working that around, and I'll show you the finished result in just a second. Now to make some pop-up posies. I just love the way that these flowers look. Okay, so to get started, what we're going to do is first punch out all of our pieces, and these are super quick and easy to put together. They have this little tab on them, and you'll just apply adhesive right there and then fold it over and attach like that. Okay, so once again, I'm going to use hot glue, but you can use whatever type of glue that you prefer. And I'll just bend this over, and I totally love how that is looking already. So cute. Okay, so you can go ahead and start to kind of fold it back. I like to use my fingers for this part and just kind of work it. And then I'll just let that sit there. I'm going to do a little bit smaller one inside of that one. So just add a little bit more hot glue. And then go ahead and attach that. Just let it sit for a second. Okay. So now I have those two pieces completed. And I can still use my petal roller to roll the edges back. But I'm going to create a center for it. Once again, I'm going to use the quilling end of my tool. Got hot glue strings everywhere. I'm going to use the quilling end, and whatever side I want to show up, I'm going to make sure I roll that on the inside. So I'm going to have this purple polka dot on the inside, and my other alternative for the paper I punched out is it's purple with white polka dots on it. Okay, so the side I want to show is going to be on the inside, and I'm just again going to roll. And I like to keep the paper that's closest to the tool pretty even. It's not going to be the end of the world if I get a little wonky, but I like it to be pretty even. Okay, so when I get down to the end, again, I can apply some adhesive right to that. Okay, I'll hold that for a second, and then I can just pull off my quilling tool. and put that aside. And now I have my little center for my flower. And you can spread all those little petals out however you want. Sometimes I like them all scrunched together, sometimes pulled out. So anyways, there's the center of it. And now I just need to go ahead and assemble my flower. Just add a little bit more glue. And then for this part, you can just stick it right through there. Depending on how tight you wound it, it might fit perfectly, or it might need a little bit of muscle to push it through. There we go. And then just fluff it up a bit. And voila, now all I need to do is to take my quilling tool and flip it over to the rolling side. So now I'll flip my flower over so it's upside down, and then just use my rolling petal roller and just, I don't have to use too firm of pressure, but go ahead and roll my flower petal. So you can see that's starting to take shape. And so I'll just continue on with all the other petals.